The first part of our latest hotline documentary, Driving to Kill, aired last night. Now, Kwesi Parker-Wilson's piece talks about how unlicensed drivers and unlicensed vehicles are contributing to crashes on the roads. Now, watch this. Well, when we're back, we'll be having a discussion with the Commissioner of Insurance, Justice Yao Ofori.
Well, victims, they're telling their chilling stories as a result of road accidents. That's captured in our latest hotline documentary, which is Driving to Kill, produced by Kwesi Parker-Wilson. Well, the Commissioner of Insurance, Mr. Justice Yao Ofori, is my guest in the studio for us to have a conversation on the back of that hotline documentary, Driving to Kill. There are many questions that, as ordinary citizens, we want to ask when an accident occurs. So I want to say good morning to you, Mr. Justice Yao Ofori. Thank you for your time.
Good morning, Mama V, and let me take this opportunity to say a good morning to our viewers and listeners.
We saw you briefly in this excerpt that we played, where you talk about thousands of vehicles not insured. I want us to go back to when an accident occurs. As a victim of an accident, what does the by way of insurance, what are you expected to do?
Well, you simply have to report to the police, and if injuries were involved, you get medical attention, and then you also have to notify your insurance company immediately so that they can initiate the investigation process.
So this is when, as a victim, I'm driving a vehicle and there's a crash with another vehicle. That's when I notify my insurance.
Yes.
Or insurers. But what if I am not driving, I'm a passenger?
Yeah. If you're a passenger, you have to actually claim from the vehicle in which you were in at the time of the accident. So if you were in any vehicle, the first area where you have to actually make a claim is to go to the insurer of the vehicle in which you were an occupant. Yeah.
Okay, but there's a problem where that vehicle is not insured.
Yeah, if that vehicle is not insured, as I said, the police would have to be notified. We will need a police report, and then you now petition the National Insurance Commission. The industry has a fund called the Compensation Fund, which is a percentage of the total underwritten premiums on motor insurance. And it's meant to take care of the innocent third parties who are involved in accidents without insurance or hit-and-run cases. But it's purely for injuries, not for property or...
Okay.
Yeah.
So in one of the stories that were told in this documentary, there's a woman who another vehicle crashed into. That vehicle was not insured. The driver didn't have a license, but he was duly prosecuted and found guilty of the offense and charged. He was fined. But this person who was affected, as in the victim, was not satisfied with the fine that was imposed, which was under 1,000 Ghana cedis. Can that person also petition the commission and get some insurance cover?
Oh, yeah. The person has to, as I said, sign a petition to the commissioner, and we would investigate, make sure it's a legitimate claim, and then we will find a way to compensate the person one way or the other. Driving without insurance or without license is a criminal offense, and it falls beyond our area of jurisdiction. So normally we refer them to the police, and then the police will then prosecute.
Are you expected to go to a public hospital when an accident occurs? I mean, which of the, in terms of the police reports or the hospital reports, would you accept?
We don't have a choice. Once it's a recognized hospital, whether it's private or how do you call it, government hospital, we accept any report. Okay. All we want to know is to get a confirmation that the injuries were as a result of an accident and actually the existing injuries. We don't want people staging claims. So as to where you go, it's a matter of choice.
Okay. Yeah. How much claim can you make? Is it up to you to say how much?
No, it's just a compensation.
Okay.
Yeah, you were involved in an accident and unfortunately there's no insurance, and society, that is the insurance industry, has actually come out to compensate you one way or the other. So we have a formula for determining how much you are entitled to. The degree of or the extent of injuries, whether you were employed at the time of the incident, your dependents, if the person was dead, how many wives he had, how many dependents he had. And there's a formula we use.
Okay. How long does it take between the time you petition and the time you actually get the compensation?
It all depends. The availability of documentation. When you report, probably you reported without enough documentation. So the insurance, the commission would ask you to bring supporting documents. And once we are satisfied, we pay. So it depends on how fast you can actually get us the needed information. There's no time limit. Sometimes it could be long because we are not sure it's actually a genuine claim, and we need to investigate. Because let's understand that people also try to take advantage of the situation. Someone goes to farm and is injured on the farm, and you try to actually link it to insurance just to make a claim. So we will always demand that there's evidence. Okay. Documentation from the police.
But it's also from the police. But you know how long that can take sometimes?
I don't know, but I think sometimes it depends on how proactive the claimant is. If you know where the investigating police officer is, I'm sure if you go to the office, you can expedite the process. Sometimes it takes longer for the police to come out with their report, but they can give you an interim report.
Okay.
And once that is established, we just proceed.
Do we take advantage of this? What you're revealing right now. Do we take advantage of it as Ghanaians? How many people actually come forward to petition to want compensation?
Lots of them.
Really?
Lots of them. Lots of them.
That's a bit surprising.
Yeah, lots of them.
Because this is not something that is openly out there.
Yeah, it's out there. Just that people, some people wouldn't know. But a lot of people making claims from the compensation fund. At least every week, probably about 10, 15 passes through my office.
How many of them do you honor?
We honor almost all the claims once we are able to confirm that it's genuine.
Okay.
Yeah, there was one that we had a lot of challenge with. We couldn't substantiate whether it was genuine or not. The person was in a family vehicle, and he had an accident, and he was refusing to actually declare the identity of the vehicle in which he was. He was in because that vehicle belonged to a family member, and the vehicle had no insurance. So we wanted him to actually come out and tell us the truth, and he was delaying. It took him some time before he went to the police and got us a police report. There was no police report, so it took him some time. The idea is that we are always ready to compensate, but we have to make sure that we are actually paying legitimate claims, not staged or fraudulent claims.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So there was something, I wanted to follow up with on this particular one we're talking about, but when it comes back, I'll do the follow up on that.
Okay.
Okay. So what we are saying essentially is that if you find yourself as a victim of an accident and the vehicle that either crashed you or crashed into you is not insured, you still can petition. I guess what I wanted to ask: how much money do we have in this fund?
Honestly, the money comes and goes because there are always claims to be paid. But I don't have the figures as I
But
sit
how?
here.
What's the makeup of how do we get money into the fund?
Yeah, it's a percentage of the total underwriting premium from motor insurance. So it's a statutory fund. It's created by statute. So the insurance companies writing motor insurance business are supposed to send a certain percentage of the underwriting premium into this fund.
Okay.
And the fund is there to take care of those unfortunate incidents.
Okay.
So that is how it's funded.
So this is just victims. So how about victims of the vehicle that is not insured? So if I am the owner of the vehicle and I haven't insured it, can I still petition and get compensation?
No, it's illegal to actually drive a vehicle without insurance, and we will not actually honor anyone who is involved in fraud. But assuming you had passengers, innocent passengers, they can claim from the COM fund because they were not aware. These are some of the reasons, based on the determination of how much goes into the fund. It tells you that if we have illegal vehicles on the road, insurance companies are not benefiting from any premium. But yet, when innocent victims are involved, we have to find a way to compensate them. And that is why we have to make sure that all vehicles on the road are insured.
I've got a question. You said there are more than 1,000 vehicles that haven't been insured.
No, more than 1 million.
More than 1 million, but they are on our roads. So why is that?
Yeah, because there was a time we never had a way of actually verifying whether the vehicle on the road had a valid insurance. All they were carrying were stickers, and most of them were fake. The police couldn't determine, and we couldn't detect either, because it's just like counterfeit. Even currency people do print counterfeit. So we had to find a way to actually deal with this problem. And in so doing, we decided to establish a motor insurance database. Now, with this database, all underwritten motor insurance businesses would hit our database. We have record of it, and the person buying insurance would instantly receive a confirmation when he buys insurance.
Is this something that's in existence, or this is something you're hoping to do?
It's in existence. We started January 1st. So
2020?
2020, yeah.
Okay.
So when you go to an insurance company, they are supposed to issue you with an electronic sticker, not the old manual sticker. It's generated by the system. Once the sticker is issued, you get a confirmation on your phone, giving you details of the insurance, the vehicle number, the make, the model, your sticker number, and even the premium that you paid.
But we will still have a sticker.
You still get an electronic sticker now, which is produced by.
What does that mean? Is it still paper?
It's still paper, but it's got a sticker number, and it's got a QR code. And the QR code, we're working with the police to give them Gota phones. So all they do is to scan the QR code. If you have a QR code scanner on your phone, you can also get information when you scan it.
So there can be counterfeit of this?
Yeah, if you track counterfeit, we will know, yeah.
But will the police know? Because we have the motor traffic police deployed on the roads, and they stop you and they ask for insurance. What they're interested in is just the sticker.
Yeah, so that is going to be a thing of the past. We've met the MTTD commander, including the IGP, and they are all in support of this. So we're going to have training for the police, and then give them those Gota phones. And those Gota phones, they'll be using it out there. Even you yourself, if you're going to board an Uber, before the Uber comes, you just send the license plate number to a short code. That is star 920 star 57 hash. And you get a confirmation.
That short code works today?
It works today.
As we sit here?
As we sit here. So if you have an old insurance policy and you do the search and you're not getting any information, it means that your insurance company has not actually uploaded the information into the database. They are supposed to do so. We're giving them up to the 30th of this month to complete with the uploading of the old information. Now, if you check and the vehicle has no insurance, you cannot decide not to board the vehicle. If you're going to your hometown to board, you want to board a public transit, all you do is to send a short code, dial the short code, and then follow the directions.
Okay.
And then or instructions, and then you get a confirmation as to whether the vehicle has insurance before you.
Is it going to tell you if it's comprehensive or it's third-party insurance?
No, it doesn't give you that information.
Okay.
It doesn't give you, but it will tell you whether the vehicle has valid insurance, and that gives you confidence in buying your ticket before.
Okay.
Yeah. So we want the public. We want to give more power to the public to know their rights and to verify the authenticity of every insurance that is issued. It's not going to be an excuse for anybody to buy fake insurance because you have ways of checking.
Do you pay for the text message you send?
You don't. It's free.
Okay.
It's free.
All right. This is great.
Yeah.
But, you know, this is January. A lot of vehicles will be insuring because the insurance in the previous year would have expired. If you haven't made any claims within the year, and if you've comprehensively insured your vehicle, should you be paying the same premium or you should pay less?
That is a matter for the insurance company to decide. They have a way of actually advertising to get more clients. They decide whether they have to reduce your premium. But what happens is normally they give you a discount if you don't have a claim. But they have a limit to how much discount they can give. So they can give you a discount, but they still have to give discount and still make a profit from the operation. What we saw at first was that most of them were actually underpricing seriously to the extent that when they are claims, they were having challenges in paying because they were not solvent. And these are things we're trying to put an end to, because at the end of the day, we want to actually secure the interests of the policyholder and the general public.
So if I'm making a claim and my insurance company is delaying, what can the commission do? What should I do?
Yeah, we have given them claims guidelines, what to do whenever they receive the claims documentation and how long they can delay. I mean, the process that goes through. If you have a challenge, all you do is to petition the National Insurance Commission, and we'll take it up. We'll come fight for you. As I said, our primary objective is to build a very insurance industry. But first of all, we want to make sure that we protect the interests of the policyholder and the public.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I've heard petition the commission. So what constitutes a petition?
All you do is to write to the Commissioner of Insurance, address to the Commissioner of Insurance with details of the claim and the reasons for the petition. At least a narrative of what is happening. But we will need like a policy number, date of the incident, your name and address, and if possible, whoever you've been dealing with at the insurance company. And then we will make sure they expedite the process. Yeah.
Can you email it? Because you know there are people
you can send an email. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just finally, is there an address, a telephone number? How do people reach you?
Yeah, you can reach us when you have a challenge. You dial 0302 960 659 or 0302 960 696.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I want to say thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you very much too.
A lot of insurance conversations that we can have in the future.
Yeah.
So we can engage our viewers as well on it. So,
sure.
You know, maybe you should buy the airtime next time so we can talk about a lot more than what we've talked about.
Sure, we'll do that. We'll do that.
Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Yaofori.
Thank you very much.
He is the Justice Yaofori is the Commissioner of Insurance. All right, stay with us. We're talking about the coronavirus. Up next, Kojo Singh is handling that conversation. We will remind you of all that you need to know about this novel virus. Stay with us.